Hello, my loves. I'm Andrea, and welcome to Life as I Know It. Today we have 4 spring Dollar Tree DIYs. We got floral, we got fun. So let's go get those wreaths, flowers, and let's get to crafting. Now, for our first project, we're going to use this wreath that we got from the dollar store. We're going to grab some bushels of flowers, your choice. We got these flowers from Michael. They were $6.99 with 40% off. We got this bushel right here from the dollar store. And we're going to use our leftover Easter ribbon, which we're now going to call spring ribbon. We're going to need a pair of scissors, our wire cutter, and our glue gun, and we can start this project. All right, once we cut our flowers away from the bushel, you're going to cut your stems down, and then we're just going to start placing our flowers within the wreath. Now, the wreath is woven tight, so you are going to have to play around with getting the flowers in there, and you might also have to continue to cut down your stems, but they will fit in there, and it will be a tight fit. Now we're just going to keep adding the flowers to this one side. Now, like I said, it is woven kind of tight, so you might have to go back and cut some stems to make them shorter to fit inside. But as we built this, I realized, you know what? You really don't need any glue. You can put glue in there if you want to hold it in, but I don't think you need any hot glue because it is woven tight. So just play with your flowers, see how they fit in there, and then you decide whether or not you actually want to put glue in there. You might just have to cut down the stems. So how is everyone doing? How's the weather where you're living? I know here it's like every other day is a different season. And now that we're finished with our wreath part, we're going to move over to making a bow. So, as I've said before, this year I'm going to work on my bow making skills. So, I'm going to use this whole row and I'm just going to continue to fold it. So, I want the base to be the largest piece. So, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep folding it over. You can make it 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 inches, however big you want your bow to be. But like I said, I am definitely going to use this whole row of ribbon. Now that we have our ribbon folded, what I did was I put slits on both sides and I'm going to use the wire to tighten the ribbon. Now you don't have to use wire. You can use twine, you can use another piece of ribbon because whatever you use, you can also use the twine and then take a piece of ribbon to cover it up when you put the bow on there, but you won't see the wire. So that's why I use the wire. Be very careful when you're slitting the sides of the ribbon because if you cut too deep, it gets real flimsy. You don't even have to cut the inside of it if you don't want to. It's just another method that you can use. Now, each row I am going to make a different length. And one thing about using this wire, as you can see, we're just going to tie it, add it on, flip it over, and then we can add another row of ribbon. You can make your bow as big as you want. Just cut your wire or ribbon to a good length, and then this way you can just continue to build on. You can put 5, 6 rows of ribbon if you want, if that's how big and fluffy you want your bow to be. Remember, this is your creation. We're going to take our last row of ribbon and we're just going to cut it on the side just as we did the other 2 pieces. And then we're just going to put it right on top of our other ribbon and attach it. And now we're just going to start pulling our ribbon apart. We're going to go in here and just start pulling each section out. And since this ribbon has wire, as you pull it, you can mold it. And that's all you're going to do is go in, pull each little section out, and play with your ribbon to get your bow to fluff out the way that you want it to look. Now, I decided to use the whole roll of ribbon because one, I didn't want to hold on to it. We bought plenty of this Easter/spring ribbon, so let's use it. You don't want to get in the habit of buying stuff, using just a little bit and putting it away. Use it, make it as big, as fluffy as you want. Use your items, and then what you have left over, you put in your stash. So this way, if you use it all, you have a little for your stash, but you don't want to keep buying and storing stuff and not using it. And I have a bad habit of doing that. And now that we have our ribbon fluffed out the way we want it, we're going to attach our bow to the reef. And all you're going to do is take that wire and wrap it around and tie it. You can twist it, make sure you have it nice and tight, and then cut off the excess wire. Now, if you want, you can put a little hot glue on the back of that wire to the reef. You don't have to, but you can. Also, we're going to go in here and ducktail our ribbon and just to neaten them up a little bit. And then once we're done with that, we are done with this DIY.
An uneducated Greek girl, still he found himself more and more attached to the almost fairy form before him. He would tear himself.
Okay, for this project, we're going to use items that we've already had used before. So the flowers came from Michael's. They were 40% off. The wooden crates are from the dollar store. We used them in another project. So all I did was give them a fresh coat of paint, which was just white chalk paint. You can use any color that you want, but they were already white. So like I said, I just gave it a fresh coat. Now for the knobs, you can use anything that you want. But what I did was, since we already had the pieces from the brain freeze, when I painted over the drawer, I just glued that on and painted it white. That game, the brain freeze, I would definitely buy that and break up the pieces for that. And you can use it for knobs, you can use it for legs. It is a good resource for $1. So I would definitely buy that and put that in my stash to use throughout the year. Now, since the floral pieces were connected, all I did was took my Zecta knife and just slid it down over the green tape that was holding the bouquet together. And then once we have that open, I just start taking it apart. I had already took a square piece of foam and put it inside of the top drawer. And once we have all our florals separated, we're just going to check and see the length that we want the flowers to be inside of the box. And then we'll just start cutting them down individually. Now you can add more foam and fill the whole box if you want to. And also you can glue the foam down in a box, which I did not do. But it's your decision because remember, this is your creation. I decided to add a little more greenery. I got this piece from the wedding section in Hobby Lobby and it was 50% off. I decided to add a little color to our greenery. So I just used the 2 pieces of small roses that I had and put them in the front just to give it a little color to our flower box. And once we are happy with our flower arrangement, we're going to place that aside and we're going to start working on our two drawers. I'm just going to take some wood glue. You can use hot glue, but just since we have wood glue, I'm going to just go ahead and use that. I did get that from the dollar store. And I'm going to attach the two drawers. And once I'm satisfied that they're lined up, press down on it a little hard and let that dry. Once I'm satisfied that it is dry, I'm going to just repeat. I'm going to put some glue on top of the box, and then I'm going to add our flower pot. I'm going to take one of these butterflies out of our cutout pack that we got from the dollar store and just add a little glue to the back of it. And now I'm just going to attach the butterfly to the front. You don't have to do this. You can do a bow. You can leave it the way it is, or you can make a little flower wreath. I'm going to have to apologize because I thought the camera was rolling and then I took all the supplies and put them away. So you're going to need a silver tray from the party section. It can be whatever shape that you want. You're going to need one complete foam board, and then you're going to need a piece to put in the middle, which you'll see me do. 3 candle holders and whatever flowers that you want to use. I'm going to use the roses from the dollar store. Now you can cut that middle piece of foam. I got it out of the pack that already had the 4. Now you can cut this down to make it fit, but you see I need to have enough room for the top candlestick to be able to sit on there. We're going to cover this whole foam with nothing but flowers. So I'm going to hot glue the candlesticks to the foam. Now, along with the hot glue, you can add E6000 or you can use some other glue. So I'm just using other glue from the dollar store and put it on you because we definitely want our candlesticks to stay attached to the foam. As you can see, I have my earpiece in. When I'm crafting, I like to listen to audiobooks, and one of my favorite is Sherlock Holmes. And since they're free, I definitely listen to them. Do you like to listen to music or watch TV, or do you like silence when you are creating? And now that we have all our candlesticks attached to our phone, we're just going to start adding flowers. So as you can see, these are the roses from the dollar store. And all I did was cut the stems and cut them down. Now, you might have to cut it to play around with the foam. But if you cut them, as you can see, halfway down to near the end, you'll be fine. And you just adjust as you go. If it's a little too long, you just go back and cut it. And like I said, we're going to cover this whole foam with nothing but flowers. Now, if you don't want to use the candlesticks, you can also use the candle holders and put them on instead and just use the flickering lights. I'm going to use the flickering candles. Now, you can put real candles in this. I wouldn't do it. I would just use the flickering lights. You'll get the same effect. I use about 6 bundles of the purple flowers and just 1 of the white flowers. Like I said, we're going to put flowers everywhere there's a opening. One thing when you're crafting and you're making your creations, you can always add to, you can always take back. Because sometimes you step back and look and say, hey, I may need to add a little bit. So that's what I did. Threw a couple more flowers in there and I added a little more greenery. I added batteries to our candles and now I'm just going to place them on top, and that's what it looks like when we're done. project, we're going to use one of our houses, a pop-up sticker, and a glue stick. We're going to detach our pop-up window so we can add it to our house. We're just going to push along the lines that's on the paper. Now we have our windows displayed out. There is a little sticky piece on the back of this. I just laid it down and pressed down and it did stick. Now for the smaller pieces, I did have to add some glue to the back of it because there was no adhesive on them. As soon as I saw this sticker in the dollar store, I knew this is exactly what I was going to do with this. Now, they do have other stickers, so if you don't want to use the back of the house, you can add the stickers to the front. But I just thought this was cute because we can put this among our flower arrangements. Now, if you get these stickers, tell me what you're going to put them on. You're going to use them for a house or are you going to display them some other way? So leave me a comment and let me know what you're going to do with them. I decided our house needed a chimney. So all I did was take one of those wooden pieces from our tumbling game. I painted it and I'm just going to take a little wood glue and attach it to the back of the house and put our chimney on. And now that our chimney is attached to our house, we are done with this project. Well, my loves, that is the end of our fun and easy DIY. Which one was your favorite and which one are you going to recreate for yourself? As always, thank you for stopping by and spending time with me. You are truly appreciated. Hit the like button, leave me a comment. Also, subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Also, if you hit that notification button, every time I upload a video, you will be notified. Have a blessed day. Remember, it costs nothing to be kind, and we will see you in our next video.